Okay, that edge has dried enough. Actually, it's completely dry. And now I'm going to punch some stitch holes. First thing I did though was, starting at this point, I took and I just put my stitch hole chisel, can't remember the proper name for it right now, but this thing, and I just put it against the leather and gave it a little tap, just enough to make a little bit of a dent in the leather. That way I can see how well it's going to space between that end and that end, and it came out perfect. Sometimes that happens. Then I'm going to take my chisel and put it in the little dents I made, and making sure to hold it straight up and down, I'm going to go ahead and drive it on through. Well, it doesn't go all the way through, but as far as it'll go. And as I said in the previous video, that's not enough to go out the back side of it. So I'm going to take my stitching awl, starting at the end here, and push that on through. Just like that. Now as I go along, I'm going to watch at the back side of it and make sure that that hole comes out in line with the last hole. So as it comes through, I can see where it's starting to come through. Then I can pull it back and maneuver it around. Now it's important to have a sharp awl. And again, I just take and I strop it, polish the sides of it, make sure it's nice and pointy and sharp. Okay, I'm going to go along here and I'm going to punch all my holes, and then I'm going to awl them all, and then we'll be back. Now we're into the fun part. This is a lot of leather I'm trying to stitch through, and when you make a when you punch your stitch holes, the idea is as you put the needle in, it spreads the fibers apart. And if it's just a couple hunks of 9 ounce or something like that, that's not so bad. But you got to figure that this is 2 layers of 7 ounce, 2 layers of 5 ounce, and a layer of 9 ounce. So 2 layers of 7 ounce, that's 14 ounces, plus 2 layers of 5 ounce, that's 24, plus a layer of 9 ounce, that's 33 ounces of leather I'm pushing this thing through. So that makes it a bit of a challenge, but not an impossible challenge. I keep my smooth jaw needle nose pliers handy just in case to help pull the needle through. But what I do is I put my needle in and I give it a wiggle. That'll help to open that hole up temporarily just a little bit to make it easier to get the needle through. The second needle goes underneath the first needle, and then I'll pull the thread to make sure I haven't pierced the thread. I haven't perforated it, stuck my needle in it, and then pull it tight. Now this is where you either grow calluses on your pinkies, or you tape them up, or put something around them. Because you put that through, give this one a tug to make sure you didn't pierce the thread. Pull that out, and now you got to pull it tight. What I do is I put it over my fingers and around my pinkies and pull it tight. And I got pinky calluses, if you're wondering. Okay, that goes over top. That goes underneath. Give that a tug. And pull it tight. I'm going to keep doing this until I get down to the end here, and we'll see how it looks. And there's your stitch line. And one last thing to do is to take my little hammer here and set them stitches down into the leather. And that's that. For that part anyway. You know what I like to do? This is kind of like the fun part. Is once I get to this point, shove in the dummy gun in. Now to get this to fit really right, I gotta wet the leather and mold it. But that's how that's gonna fit in. Strap will fit across there. Have a snap there. And that'll go across there. Just like that. So, you know, like I said, it's getting closer to getting done. Well, of course, this is going to be folded back. That's going to be the belt loop. So, let's see. What have I got to do? Oh, yeah. Next up. Yeah, and you can see how far the 4-inch goes through. The 2.5-inch will be up a little ways, but like I said, if I made this any shorter from here to here, I think it would have looked odd. But as it is, I think it's a well-proportioned holster. And again, comparing it to the original, there you go. Now this one's shinier because I haven't put the final finish on this one. But once I get the final finish on and get it all buffed out, it'll have a nice deep black shine on it, and it'll be oh so pretty. In fact, it might look so nice. Might have to get a matching belt to go with it. So anyway, let me take that out. Like I said, next up is we're going to go ahead and burnish that edge.